Hello guys. So for this section, I'm be going over my group's UDL 5E lesson plan template. And in the group, it was me, Mariella, and Nancy, and we had chose second grade. So the content standard we chose is 2.3, students explain governmental institutions and practices in the United States and other countries. And the history social standard is 2.3.1, and our learning objective is scholars will be able to explain how the United States and other countries make, carry, and determine whether laws have been violated by a Google search, no highlights, or an outline with at least 2 out of 3 system. And the level of bloom that we got out of it, or that we decided that we felt reached our learning objective, was understand. And for the co-teaching model, we had to use alternative teaching. And my favorite part of the lesson plan that we somewhat did correct was the metacognitive statements, because for me, we really didn't get much time in class to work as a group to be able to speak with one another. So a lot was communicating via text, Zoom, call, however it is that we decided to use our sources of communication to work through this assignment. But for the mega cognitive statements, I felt like it really kind of gave us an idea of each one of our thought processes that we had in each segment. So as you can see right here, our co-teaching model, we'll use this one as an example where it shows alternative teaching. Mariella wrote down students who are in a bigger group can be taught at a normal speed. Students who are in a smaller group can be taught at a slower adjusted speed. So that let us know what Mariella's thinking and gives us an idea to, okay, if that's what she's thinking, we could give us an idea that I have, or Nancy can give her an idea. So then as we look down more for the materials, equipment, we have everything here. And as you could see for the barriers or the solution, I put down students can share materials to one another if needed, and maybe that wasn't a thought that Mariella or Nancy had. And maybe they were thinking, okay, how are we going to be able to run this assignment if not every student has the materials that are needed? So me being able to share that, although it is something they thought of, we could just use it as an example that it wasn't. So they could read off like, oh, it's okay, like we can still complete the assignment because we could use this instead. So I kind of view this as another way for us to view where our thoughts are and try to kind of help where one of us were at. So that was my favorite part because it was kind of more of an easier way to communicate, or when we met up again, we knew where to pick up off of. And then from the micro teaching, I'm bringing you guys over to the micro teaching lesson of the video. So in this segment, the students are working together in their groups, and I chose this section specifically. Let me lift it up for you guys so you guys see a little bit better. I chose this section specifically because as right now you guys are going to hear each group, the members in the group, they're going to be speaking with one another, but as you can see, they're going to have materials such as glue sticks, they have their pencils, they have their crayons, they have their scissors, and you're going to hear me and then you're going to hear Nancy in the background not go over, but mention that to be careful with the items that you guys have, because with second graders, they're going to be a little bit wild. They're going to be a little carefree with scissors. They're not going to hold them properly. They might have them in the air. So us instructing them to make sure they're not doing that was very beneficial, although we know our classmates as college students aren't going to act like that. But in the ideal classroom of us being in second grade, with second graders, they possibly will. So I'm going to play it out so you guys can see. Scissors, do not mess around with them, please, because you are close to getting secured, so please be careful.
Make sure to keep your hands to yourself. And Also, please be careful with the glue. There are computers, electronics around. I don't want it to get on the tables, please.
A very good point that Nancy just brought up. With the glue, be careful with the laptops. Those are MacBooks, regardless of the brand they are expensive. The students aren't paying, well, they kind of are, but it's being funded however you guys want to process the money, but the students are responsible. If one of those laptops gets messed up, that's money being taken away that could be going into something else to now repairing the laptop, as well as possibly if it's bad enough where the student gets billed, that's the student's not going to pay the bill. Their parents are, or their guardian is, and that's a bill that's unnecessary for them because we don't know their type of lifestyle that they're living. And then one more thing that I want to point out in our lesson video is
Paying attention.
this part. So we're setting up Kahoot. Imagine just bold letters, fire, red background. I have no idea how to do that, or else I would have done it. Don't use Kahoot. Why? We forgot in the beginning of the semester where DeWalt said do not use Kahoot, so we went ahead and still did it, and yeah, that was not good. So for future students, do not use Kahoot. Write it down. That was my mistake of not writing it down to look back to remember. But yeah, so thank you guys for having fun. It did look like you guys had fun, but I'm glad you guys participated and made our job easier. So thank you.